In the field of health, experts now argue that where possible, prevention is better than cure. A key idea here is risk. Identify people at risk of illness and treat them before they get worse. This is called preventative medicine. But would the same idea work for crime? Should we be identifying young children at risk of becoming criminals and doing something to prevent it? Some experts now believe we should, but others disagree. Listen to the arguments and see what you think.
I think the main point here is that for far too long we've been reacting to crime, and what we need to do is to be more proactive. Start looking at ways in which we can prevent crime. One of the best ways in which we can do this is to identify potential offenders at a young age and put them on a database before they start committing serious offences.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. You're actually suggesting we start criminalising children as young as 6 or 7 without any evidence. This is surveillance society gone mad.
Well, I wouldn't say without evidence. Criminologists have shown very clear links between behaviour at a young age and crime in later life. Children who are antisocial, aggressive and constantly committing trivial offences are more likely to be involved in serious offences later on in life. These are the children that we need to target.
Have you heard of labelling theory? If we start telling children at a young age that we think that they're going to start turning into criminals, well, that's what they're going to start thinking of themselves, and that's what they'll do, turn into a criminal.
Well, obviously we don't do that. I think it's more a question of managing risk. For example, when a child is at risk of abuse or neglect, we put them on a register and monitor them for their own safety, and everybody agrees to that. What we're talking about here is children who are at risk of becoming criminal. What we would do is to try and support these children with things like therapy, parenting programming. And maybe some of these children who are exhibiting criminal behaviour are perhaps at risk of abuse in their own homes.
If that's the case, then rather than trying to guess the future, the money is much better spent trying to reduce poverty, which is one of the underlying causes of most crime.
So who did you agree with and why? Try and bring in key sociological ideas such as social control, risk, labelling and surveillance, all of which are relevant to this issue.